Fade out 1. Fade in 3.
Pizza Flicks Television Division presents
They left their prints on the guns, the victims, and the times. The prints of the men who terrorized New York in the 20s, that strange and nightmarish time when efficiently organized guerrilla mobs offered their services to ready buyers. Services ranging from a slammin', not so simple assault, to a hit, simple murder. My name is Barney Ruditsky. 20 years Gangster Squad, Police Department, City of New York. Here's a typical price list freely circulated by the MAXEY Gorman mob. Beat up, $25. Broken arm, $50. Broken leg, $75. Combination, arm and leg, $100. Fractured skull, $150. Prices for other special services on request. MAXEY Gorman, slugger, terrorist, murderer. His record, short terms on Welfare Island for simple assault. It wasn't easy to persuade an eyewitness to testify in court against MAXEY, but I finally hung an extortion rap on him, sent him away for 5 years. It was the longest time he ever served. I guess it gave him time to think. And when he returned home to his wife, Stella, he was a different man. Not a better man, different. More dangerous.
Yeah, that was the best thing ever happened to us, Stella, that 5-year bit Ruditsky hung on me.
Oh, Maxie, how can you say that? You know how I waited, how I
Give me
missed
time
you.
to think, to do some real thinking.
Real thinking.
Yeah, and it made me see what's it all about.
That's right.
It made me understand what a dope
Eat, Maxie. You talk later.
Eat. That's what's been wrong with our whole life. You got enough to eat, a crummy place to live, and you're satisfied.
We always been happy, Maxie.
Yeah? Well, I ain't happy no more.
Maxie ain't happy no more.
Look at this joint. And look at the way you look, how you dress. Oh, we've been stupid. Sluggers, muscle men, get a few bucks, spend it, and gotta wind up in the can. Stupid. Gotta wind up with heavy time and broke.
Oh, Maxie, we still got...
Yeah, we still got. It's the brain men who take it all.
Yeah, the brain man.
And I got a whole new vision.
Yeah, Maxie's got a whole new vision.
A whole new future laid out for us. A future where I hire the sluggers, where I hire the muscle men, and where I wind up with the loot and the respect.
Oh, sounds nice, Maxie. Sounds nice.
Nice? Oh, it's gonna be better than nice.
How, Maxie?
Prohibition, that's how. That's the new angle, prohibition. I listen to a lot of operators up the river. I listen and I learn.
Maxie's a real good listener.
I got brains, but they're good as new, and you know why? Because I never used them. Well, now I'll use them. I made connections. I'm gonna be a big man. All I need's the shove, the back and the loot to get started.
Well, I still got a couple of thousand, Maxie, I put away, and then there are the 2 rings you give me.
Rings, a couple of thousand. You hear that, Fable?
A woman.
Hey, you don't think big, Stella. To be big, you gotta think big.
Yeah, but Maxie, you said, to start with, you said that you needed...
$250,000, that's what I need.
250,000?
Yeah. And the connection's made. Wade sent to AJ, the AJ himself, to listen to me. Yeah, I'm gonna be a big man, Stella.
The connection had been made, and MAXEY Gorman was going to be a big man. But as in any legitimate enterprise, to start a new business, one must have financing. For financing, the legitimate businessman goes to a bank. But the bank for the mobs, for any illegitimate enterprise that promised high profits with a minimum of risk, was the man known as A.J. He would listen patiently to your business proposition, evaluate the risks, and make his decision. A bank has an obligation to its depositors. To secure a loan, one must post collateral, security. A.J. also had an obligation to his pocketbook. Security for a loan? Usually the borrower's life.
I checked it all out, A.J. Bootlegging, rum running. By now it's hit or miss. There's small operators, an alky plant here and there. A load of stuff run down now and then from Canada. Wildcat, no plan. Yeah, but I'm gonna organize. Run it like the U.S. Steel. Fleets of trucks, warehouses, speedboats. Now, we buy the stuff in England. Take it off the ships onto our own speedboats. Get a safe dock, load onto our own trucks to our own warehouse. And maybe we lose a load here and there. Peanuts. We make it up in volume.
You have a very great vision, Gorman.
Well, it's there. The market's wide open.
To develop an organization of that manpower, equipment, connections, it'll take a great deal of capital.
That's why I talk to you. We can't miss. I'll run every small operator out of business.
Take over all of New York, eh?
Yeah, maybe all of the East Coast. But with your backing, my ideas organization, who's gonna stand up to me?
There is one man who might stand up to you, Gorman. This man is already starting on exactly the same lines that you laid down. Just starting, and already showing great efficiency.
Who?
Swede Jensen?
But you're not backing Jensen.
No. Regretfully, no. But as an investor, I must consider the activities, the determination of Jensen a very great risk.
Well, I'll take care of Swede Jensen.
Then you can come back and speak to me again.
I'll need some front money to handle it.
How much?
Well, say 5 G's. I'll need it to pay off the...
I don't want to know what you need it for.
I'll spend this money right, A.J.
Gorman spent the money right. With it, he started to recruit the hardcore of the new Gorman mob. All freelance triggers for hire on a piecework basis. All except Anthony Rello. Rello was a Swede Jensen gun, and Rello was the key to getting to Swede Jensen.
So I'll lay it down for you once more. From now on, you put in with me. You don't do no more piecework. A job here, a job there. You go on a regular payroll, my payroll. And how to code, you get taken care of.
Like how?
Well, like this. You'll be working for an organization, a company. Now, say you run a gun on a truck. You say there's trouble, you get hurt. Well, you got nothing to worry about. We got a company doctor, all fixed up like a little hospital. He takes good care of you. And while you're out of action, you're still on the payroll.
While we're laying up, we get paid, that it?
You get paid, and I also take care of your doll. See, she stays out of trouble till you're back in action. Yeah. You work for MAXEY Gorman, and you're gonna be taken care of good. And if you start with me now, you're gonna get the best of it. We're gonna grow, and you boys gonna be top men in the organization.
Sounds okay. Like with a future. But what about Swede Jensen?
That's our first job. The Swede. Tony Rello's putting in with me. Tony's gonna tell us how and when.
ice load from Canada down through Detroit.
We had trouble in Detroit last time out, Sweet.
We won't have trouble there no more. Tony Rello's taking care of it. No. I told him to be here at 11. He'll give us a rundown on the action.
Sweet,
Yeah?
I don't like the way Rello been acting.
What do you mean?
I don't know, just a funny feeling I got.
That's Tony now. May? May!
He sold out Jensen, but I don't give him a chance to do it to me.
Tony!
It's 10 trucks
Yeah, to start with.
to start with.
The 5 speedboats, the 2 warehouses.
Yes, we'll use my properties on 10th Avenue. I will sell them to the company.
Sure.
Now, manpower.
I start with a weekly payroll of 7,000. Figure a 50% increase in 6 months.
$275,000, that's what it comes to. $275,000 is original investment. 275 plus the 5,000 I gave you, that makes $280,000.
Make it an even 300, huh?
Agreed. $300,000 on the following terms. We will form a company called Gorge, G-O-R-A-G. You will own 100% of the company. I will lend your company the $300,000. The rate of interest will be 10%. The loan will be paid back to me in quarterly installments, but the interest continues to be paid on the full money until the loan is paid off.
10%? And by the time I'm down to paying off the last 75,000, I'm still paying on the full 300,000?
That's right.
Yeah, but Okay.
And I will share in the profits.
How much?
50%.
For how long?
Well, just as long as you stay in business.
That's a stiff piece of charlatan, AJ.
You can refuse or accept, Gorman. Your decision and no offense.
Well, it looks like I don't have much choice.
Then you accept?
Yeah.
Good. Now, one more thing. Security for the $300,000.
Well, where I'm gonna get security?
It's simple. I'll explain. The warehouses, the rolling stock, the trucks, all equipment. I will hold mortgage on all of it until the loan is paid off.
And then I own them?
Well, not exactly. You will own your 50%.
Might be better off if I stayed a slugger.
But this is a business of numerous risks. Loss of equipment, inventory, and so forth. But the greatest risk, however, is loss of you.
I'll stay alive, AJ, I promise you that.
But my investment must be protected, supposing that something should happen that you couldn't keep your promise.
How?
You will take out insurance policies with various companies. These policies will total $500,000. My investment corporation will be the beneficiary.
Hey, Jay, you don't make sense. What company's gonna insure me?
The 3 companies of which I am the principal agent.
You think of everything, don't you, AJ?
That is my business.
MAXEY Gorman accepted AJ's terms. The organization went into action. Here, Gorman controlled the East Coast. He locked up the whiskey supply and branched out. Numbers racket, gambling joints, narcotics. In 2 years, there wasn't an operator who could take any action in New York unless he was first okayed by Maxey Gorman. Maxey and Stella moved to a large, expensive apartment.
Maxey?
Yeah?
I've been thinking.
Yeah?
About AJ.
Well, what about AJ?
Maxey,
Yeah, Stella.
what do you think about AJ?
What I think? What do you mean what I think about AJ?
What'd I ask you? What do you think about him?
Well, I think he's a real smart cookie, that's what I think.
That all?
Well, what else?
Nothing.
Stella,
Yeah, Maxey?
what's bugging you, Stella?
Bugging me? What should be bugging me?
That's what I'm asking, Stella.
Why you think something should be bugging me, Maxey?
All right. Let me hear it.
Hear what?
Oh, I know you, and I don't know you only from yesterday. I know all your signs from A to Z. You start nibbling around the edges till all of a sudden you're taking big bites from the middle. What's bugging you about AJ?
Well, if you can't treat your wife with some respect, then I got nothing to say to you.
All right. I'm treating you with respect, like a duchess. What's on your mind about AJ?
How long you been in business with AJ, Maxey?
Well, you know how long.
I want you should say it.
And I want you to say what you're trying to say.
Tell me, Maxey. You got any idea how much money you already give to AJ?
I give? What do you mean I give? He's a partner, no?
What made him your partner?
What made him a... Oh, bugged. Flipped, I tell you, the dame's flipped. What made him a... Look, if you don't remember, for your information, AJ only invested 300 G's.
No, Maxey. AJ didn't invest 300 G's. AJ didn't invest 10 cents. AJ made a loan with mortgages and insurance policies. A loan, Maxey, not an investment, a 10% loan. And he got that loan back long ago. But he's still a partner?
He's still a partner.
Who are you so angry at, Maxey? Me? Or yourself?
Good. The figures tally with the statement. Now, for the statement. For the quarter ending March 15th, revenue, sale of beer, $865,000. Whiskey, $2,325,000. Gambling, A. Numbers, $1,234,000. B. Dice and wheels, $2,650,000. Subsidiary enterprises, $430,000. Total revenue for the quarter, $7,504,000. Good. I notice, however, that our overhead shows an increase of 12.5% over the last quarter.
So?
That must be watched.
Well, I'm running a big organization.
Overhead increase may be permitted only when there is a compensating increase in revenue.
Think you can do better, AJ?
I leave operational directions to you, Gorman. I'm only concerned what happens in the books.
When you ain't happy, huh?
Happy? I don't understand that word in business. There are no emotions in figures. For example, here, look. Beer sales, $865,000. But out of that sales revenue, you drew to your own personal account $230,000.
Well, that's what it cost me. Out of my own personal pocket.
Then it is a legitimate company business cost and should be itemized in the statements.
I don't go around with a pencil in my hand. I got other things to worry about. What's the matter? You don't believe me?
Oh, I do believe you, Gorman. And because I believe you, sound business sense tells me that our beer activities are no longer profitable. The money can be used to greater advantage in other enterprises. I therefore suggest we eliminate all beer.
Yeah, but I got 2 operating breweries in Yonkers.
We've got 2 operating breweries in Yonkers, and they're losing us money.
Yeah, we get out of beer. What are we going to do with them?
We'll sell them. I think the Dutchman will be willing to make a buy. And with the money...
If they don't show a profit for us, why would the Dutchman buy?
Because he is dealing exclusively in beer. And with the breweries, we'll sell him the beer routes. The sale of that...
No. We ain't selling no breweries and no beer routes.
But they're losing us money, Gorman.
We ain't selling.
Gorman, please. I think I understand your sentimental attachment to the breweries, but I too have a sentimental attachment. My investment.
Investment.
Sound business practice dictates the answer, since the breweries are...
Well, you know what you can do with your sound business practice. We ain't selling. Shut up.
Just like that. Like he was talking to an office boy or something. Sell the breweries, he tells Maxey.
All right, Stella.
Tells. Orders. Like you tell an office boy. Run to the nearest corner and get me a corned beef.
All right, it's enough.
Just like to an office boy.
Why does he want to sell the breweries? We're doing all right.
Why? I'll tell you why. Because you and Maxey, you managed to make for yourself a few bucks from the beer, that's why.
So? Ain't we got a right?
A right? Oh, listen. To AJ, you got one right. The pleasure of bringing home to him every month a fortune of money. And for why?
Stella, I told you once.
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to Farvel. At least Farvel's a man who listens when somebody talks to him.
Don't hate to listen.
And Farvel, you know how long it took AJ to get back that loan?
No.
7 months. Yeah, 7 months. Plus 10% interest. 10% interest. And even on the last payment of the loan of $75,000, it was 10% on the whole thing. Now, you know how much that makes in interest alone? $120,000 in 7 months. Yeah, $120,000. And since then, Farvel, since then, 50% of everything. Now, not only on the whiskey, which was the reason for the loan in the first place, but on the numbers, the gambling, narcotics, everything. Yeah. And who started it all? Whose money was it? Maxey's. Yeah. Out of what he built up, AJ clips a fat 50%. And if Maxey tries to make a few lousy bucks for himself from the beer, well, then he...
Come on. Finished. We're finished, AJ.
Yes?
From now on, from this minute here, finished.
Yes?
You're out.
Gorman, you're excited. You're not thinking clearly.
Oh, I'm thinking clear for the first time since you got your Sherlock hooks into me.
Gorman, may I suggest we discuss this calmly in the morning?
Nothing to discuss. I already took a vote with myself. No more partnership.
Gorman, you're taking records that belong to me. Records of my interest in your...
Yeah. I put a match to these and you got no more interest. From tonight on, I start new records. You don't like it? Sue me. Come on.
Mrs. Gorman, may I be allowed to express my deep shock and sympathy. This has been a great loss to all of us. especially the insurance companies.
Maxey Gorman. He said it at the beginning. You think of everything, don't you, A.J.? Yes, the man known as A.J. always thought of everything, except once. And that was the fatal once for A.J. But that's another story for another time.